Hi, this is Joe Ellison, and I thought you might like to know that my latest novel, Snarkey Putts, Paranormal Attorneys at Law, number 4, The Case of the Unchained Immigrant, will be live on Amazon in both paperback and Kindle ebook formats very shortly, in a few days at most. That is, in a few days if you're looking at this video on the day of its release. If you don't see it until next week or a year from now, then the book will be out for some time. And I hope you enjoy it. In the meantime, though, what I'm really here to do is to read another excerpt from my second to latest novel, Mr. Lake, an Arthurian fantasy set in the American suburbs of the 1960s. And this excerpt comes from chapter 11, which is entitled The Scalibi, a term I will explain very shortly. But right now, let's get started by intruding upon the thoughts of our 6th grade hero, Joe Marino. Here we go. Behind Papa's house, there's a big outcrop of ledge, all naked granite bubbled up from the center of the earth. Good for nothing. Papa bought it on the cheap. He made it good for something. He built Scalibi on it. Scalibi is a Sicilian word. Most of the time, we speak English for everything but swearing. But sometimes, the English word doesn't get the whole idea across. Scalibi means stairs, but the way we use it, we don't mean ordinary stairs, like the stairs up to your bedroom. Scalibi are stairs that go places, special places, places my grandfather built with his own hands. Papa learned to cut and lay stone growing up in the old country. He can lay brick, too. He can build walls, put down stone walks, and lay concrete floors. That's why his hands are the way they are, like bear paws, and his wrists are as big around as his forearms. Nana told me when he was young, he could climb a rope by flicking his wrists. Papa stopped working stone after he'd earned some money here in America. He bought a couple of bars, and then a restaurant, then a bigger restaurant. He told me not to work stone with my hands. He says I should work with my head. There's plenty of stone up there. Papa thinks he's funny. But sometimes, I think I'd like to build Scalibi like him. It took years, little by little. He says he worked on them whenever he needed to think, because you do your best thinking when your hands are busy. One thing I know, you can't hurry stone. It takes time to work it, because stone lasts. It teaches you patience. Stone won't let you do whatever you want. Papa says you learn to listen to the stone with your hands. You learn to let it guide you. You learn to go where it leads you. That's why the Scalibi don't run straight, like wooden stairs in a house. Papa's Scalibi run sideways and go off at angles you don't expect. They take little turns and split into different levels. Where the rock told him, Papa raised walls and carved out terraces. He hauled concrete on his shoulders, one hod at a time. He laid pavers or flagstone or brick into little patios and piazzas. He built a potting shed on one and a greenhouse on another, so Nana could start her tomato plants early in the spring. Papa named every patio and piazza. The terrace for the tomatoes he called La Cucagna. It rhymes with lasagna. The patio above it, where Nana's sunflowers stand against the rock wall with their faces to the sun, he called La Conca d'Oro, the horn of gold. Near the top of the ledge, he built the piazza named La Rocca, which means exactly what it sounds like. That's where he built the summer house. The summer house wasn't really a house. It was more like a gazebo with a stone foundation, with stone roof pillars and a stone barbecue, and oven and chimney. Papa hired a carpenter to build the roof and lay down the floorboards. No walls or windows. The house was open all the way around. Papa kept folding tables and chairs in it. You could sit up there in the rain, and, as long as it wasn't too windy, you'd never get wet. On summer afternoons, when it was hot and you prayed for a breeze, the summer house was always the second coolest place you could find. Papa and I would sit up there. I told you how he cut peaches into chunks and soaked them in red wine. We'd sit and eat them through the afternoon heat until dinner time. The absolute coolest place you could find was a little piazza Papa called the grotto. He built it on the north side of the ledge. The north side faced away from his house in the street. The crown of the ledge sheltered it from the sun. It was cool, it was quiet, and it was private. The tops of the trees stood about level with it, blocking anyone's view from below. I loved the place. In the middle of the grotto, Papa took a slab of granite and set it across two boulders, like a bench. You could sit on it and look north for miles, over the iron railing he put there to keep you from falling off. Or you could turn around and face the niche he carved in the wall for the white marble Madonna statue. Mo found me in the grotto late the next morning, Saturday morning. It was brisk up there. Good thing I thought to wear my Mighty Mac. But I didn't mind. I needed the time alone, with just the Madonna and Ginger. I had a lot to think about. My brain was going a mile a minute. Should I tell Mr. Lake about seeing the cat yesterday? I said I would, but what good would it do? And what if Sheila was right? What if Mr. Lake was Fay? The night before, after Sheila had walked off and I'd gotten home, I looked up Fay in my mom's old Webster's Collegiate Dictionary. It said, 1, archaic and Scott, fated to die. 2, having the air of one under a doom or spell. Number 1 wasn't news. We all die. But number 2 fit Mr. Lake to a T. Doom, spell, malocchio, curse, they all meant pretty much the same thing, generally speaking. But what did they mean for Mr. Lake in particular? What did they mean for me and Ginger, for Billy, for Larry, for Sheila, for all of us together? I found myself looking at the Madonna, then at her feet, then down to Ginger lying on the flagstone. I was thinking about how the cold didn't bother the dog when her tail started thumping against the stone. She was my early warning system. Someone was coming. A split second later, I heard Mo's footsteps on the Scalibi. He called from the landing 5 steps down. "Joe, you up there?" "I'm here. Come on up." But he didn't. "Billy Harwell's in front of our house. He's looking for you." Well, if you want to find out what news Billy is bringing, then you'll have to drop a dime on Amazon and buy yourself a paperback or ebook copy of Mr. Lake. And you can find the links to Mr. Lake and to my other books on Amazon in the description box below, where you can also find links to my website, to my Amazon author page, and to other stuff. And that's about it for today. Oh, yeah. Like, subscribe, push all those buttons down there. And that's about it. So, oh, yes. And if you would like to hear me read other excerpts of other works, including Mr. Lake, you could start by clicking on one of the boxes to either side of my head. Or You could even go to my YouTube channel. But whatever you like is fine with me. Well, that's it for today. I'd like to thank you for dropping by, and I hope to see you again real soon.